Hey, my name is Shadowsense, and you're watching Slay the Princess. And we're gonna hop back into where we were last time, of which I can't remember. Was that the razor? It's been like a week since I played, so
and at the end of that
excuse my bad memory.
And you're here to slay.
Yeah, we're here to slay the princess. Yep. Okay. I have to try to find some options that I haven't done before. Forget it, I'm not doing this?
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist?
No.
Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman?
I can't remember if I've heard this dialogue before.
If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Wow, rude. I guess some sort of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
No, tell me what my reward is. What's my reward?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward.
A secret?
Just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
10,000 lovers. And it's all reciprocated and consensual. Let's see. Anything else? Alright, nothing more along that path, it seems like. Okay, fine, I'll go to the cabin.
Good. As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing.
Yep, and there it is, the cabin.
You'll find the princess.
You're gonna tell me she'll lie,
We're not gonna go
cheat.
through with this, right?
Oh, okay.
She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Correct.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Alright, proceed into the cabin. I hope it's a cabin I haven't seen before.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely
The
bare.
cabin I have seen before, several times. Yeah, I'll take it, sure. Why not?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase. Her voice.
Yep.
Who's there?
She sounds. Don't let
I've
it
heard
fool
all of this before. Just checking in on you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
No, no one could ever forget you, princess.
You walk down the stairs. She's so focused on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Nuh-uh. I really like that option.
Then drop the knife.
Okay.
We should. It'll go a long way to building trust with her. Don't you dare.
What if I do?
It's fine. We can decide what we want.
Yeah, we've heard that before.
The blade
Just dropping it.
tumbles out of your trembling.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
We certainly can.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with
Okay,
the princess face to face, unarmed.
Let's see. Just gonna ask every question.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
I have my reasons. Do you think I just come here to kill someone without knowing why? That'd be ridiculous.
And yet you hesitated the moment you saw me. And you dropped your knife.
This is true.
If killing me was really that important, you'd have a little more gumption, don't you think?
Yeah, actually, you make a great point.
Someone put you up to this, right?
Yes.
And whoever it is, it's probably the same someone who shoved me into this dark pit and chained me to a wall.
That's a fair question. Who chained her in this basement, and if she's so dangerous, how did they manage to trap her? And why have we been left to do their dirty work?
Asking the real questions I want to
Don't give
know.
away the game, and don't let her distract
Don't
you.
give away the
That's
game,
exactly
what?
what she wants.
Narrator, I need you to explain yourself for once.
I'm right, aren't I? So who put you up to this?
I actually don't know. How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
Okay, skipping stuff I've already heard. Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
No, not really, no. I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter.
So you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
Sure it is. We're making wiggly air with our mouths. That's what talking is. I'm not wrong. What's her name?
She hesitates before answering.
Okay. Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her. I'm here because you're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Alright, have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous? What are you gonna do if I let you out of here?
Princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
But you just said that she doesn't know what she'd do.
I don't think I can answer that.
The narrator is
question in a way
lying to me.
you'd find meaningful. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
Okay, so that's dialogue I've heard before.
Too long.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh,
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
They ain't budging though, huh?
Large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
What if I just give him a Macho Man Randy Savage elbow drop?
if you
Can I break
don't
him
have
that
the
way?
key, maybe you should look.
Be cool if I did.
I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Well, then let's just whirl back
Whoever knocked
around
the
and go
princess away
upstairs.
Down here intended for her to never see the light of day.
Something tells me I'm not gonna be able
Just
to
left the
go
key
back
to her
upstairs, huh?
chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas besides me cutting you out of here?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
Just so nonchalant about it.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance.
Exactly what I said.
If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top
Yep.
of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Damn
Is
it.
someone else here? You
Try the door.
but it's locked from the outside.
I didn't see a lock on the outside though when I
You're
came in here.
to
This is
slay
a complete
the princess
invention by
and
you,
don't
narrator.
leave until the task
My
is
theory
done.
is that the narrator is like a god playing with toys, and we're the toys. My working theory. Could be wrong. Return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
They sure did.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't
I mean-
like what happens if you do that.
Well, I'm gonna do the. I'm gonna save her.
Against your better judgment,
Ah,
you place
that's
the
hard to
blade
look
against
at.
the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding
don't look at me with
chain.
those big ol' eyes.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick
Oh,
work
she
of
just
it.
pulls it off.
Before long, you're able to crack through bone. And
Jesus.
She pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound.
No, it's like she doesn't care.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm?
Also, I learned
It's like
between
she's
this
even
and
bothered.
recording the last episode, this is all hand-drawn. Everything in this game is hand-drawn in pencil, which is incredible.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach a locked door.
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
Oh, the narrator's altering reality.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Yeah, you can't
Wait,
control me.
this isn't
I'm
fair.
not your
You can't
puppet,
just
dude.
do that. Watch me.
Oh, gee. Slay the princess, slay the princess, slay the princess. Warn her. I'm warning her.
Stop that.
No.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges
Nice
forward
dodge.
to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
No. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
No.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
Oh, what's she gonna do?
She steps forward
Oh,
and pries
uh-oh.
the blade from your rigid hands.
Uh-oh. This might be bad. This might be Breaking Bad.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
Ouch. My
Her
throat.
face remains unchanged.
That's
as
supposed
she
to be
watches you
one
collapse to
solid
the ground,
piece.
Blood flowing from
Unmolested.
your neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
It was. Now we get to go to chapter 2. The prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods. You're
Yes,
here to
yes.
slay her.
I know. Okay, Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time.
This guy's a liar.
Don't forget what he did to us the last time around.
Voice of the
I
skeptic.
wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from.
Also, I learned that the narrator and all the male voices are Johnny Sims from the Magnus Archives, a podcast which I have not listened to. And then the princess is voiced by Nicole Goodnight, who's on the No Sleep podcast, another podcast I have not listened to. Maybe I should listen to them. I like kind of creepy podcasts. I used to listen to Beyond the Darkness all the time.
Catastrophically dangerous ships
And
to the
whenever
world.
Last Podcast on the Left
I
does like a
told you about the
paranormal
stakes of the
episode, I'm
situation
super into
less
it.
than a minute ago.
I also listened to Astonishing Legends for a little bit there. Okay, feel like we've done this option before up here, so I'm just gonna go to the cabin.
A warning, but she will.
Yeah, she will lie,
Yes,
cheat.
Don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to say that part out loud.
Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
No, I didn't. Wink. Reminds me of that Family Guy bit. New cabin, new
The
cabin.
interior of the cabin is less a cozy
Okay.
woodland retreat and more like a dungeon.
More, yeah,
A
more
few
of like a
pathetic
medieval
wisps
sort of style
starlight
here.
attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting
Pretty
stone
into it.
walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, you didn't. I'm just gonna go to the mirror. I'm not even gonna
Walk
ask
up
about
to
it.
the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about?
But it's more than
This is
just a wall.
It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You
Yeah,
reach
the mirror
forward,
disappears
rub
when
it.
we try to wipe it
There was
clean.
a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be
I
important.
want to know what kind
We
of
should keep
pencil
our
they
eyes
used for
peeled.
all of this. Was like,
Maybe
was
it'll
this
be
all
back.
like like '07, like mechanical. They use like proper art pencils or number 2. All right, grabbing the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Even if I don't slay her, I would still just
idea.
rather have the blade.
Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Yeah, exactly. In we go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone
Damn, look at these
staircase.
fire effects. This is
A few
is really
sputtering
cool,
torches
actually.
attempt to vaguely illuminate
Super
your
into it.
path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the
slimy
princess
moss.
lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs
That's
and lock eyes with the princess.
A little.
She
That's
looks up
more
at you,
chains than
the
I
heavy
thought
collar
you would
around
need.
her neck
And there's a
clanking
4th
loudly
one
as
that's
she
not
moves.
being used.
The
Interesting.
chains binding both her wrists to the
Wonder what
far
that
wall,
bound.
joining the metallic chorus.
If it
as she
bound
adjusts
anything at
her
all.
Hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a
I
place
sure
where
have.
everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Fair enough.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sit where I was told to sit.
You do as she asks. And
I'll
sit
be
on the floor,
obedient.
still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
My intentions? What do you mean? I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that? What happened after I died last time? That other chain on the wall, who's it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
That is an option.
Maybe it'll fit.
Maybe it
hope
will.
I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
That's a word I've never heard before. Ambulatory. Okay. Let's see. Been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
Okay, cool. She's privy. Everybody's
First to make a
privy.
comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated
Pissing off the
things.
narrator.
It's complicated things. How exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what?
My question
For
exactly.
you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
Yes.
I needed you to
Exactly.
be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
Oh no, scared of your altars?
That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can
I
remember
wonder what she's
happened
thinking,
before.
just staring at us as we have
Seems
this
like we should
mental
pat ourselves
monologue
lucky for that.
back and forth. It's like, what the fuck is this doofus doing here?
Exactly, he gets it.
Why is
You're
he just
lucky.
looking
So
at me?
Don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't. Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter. Yeah, sure. We'll see about that.
Yeah, something tells me you're gonna have a lot more words on that matter.
Give it a rest.
Narrator.
This isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Wasn't daydreaming, just arguing with the voices in my head. What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them.
Interesting.
And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
It's possible that she is, sure.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or...
Oops. Didn't mean to end that dialogue early. Let's inspect the shackle.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
I'm just inspecting it. It's not like I'm gonna put it on.
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
Oh. Okay, yeah, maybe that'll happen.
I don't know. Maybe it will. He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate. But what if he's telling the truth? He isn't. I am.
Inspecting.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
But you gotta say
What
it.
is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad?
Does sound like it's gonna be bad, yeah.
It's bad.
Hold
Come on,
it.
say it then. You're just wasting time.
Yep.
Fine.
Narrator.
As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
Cool.
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across
Unarmed.
the floor of the basement.
This ain't good.
Excuse me? Yes?
I was seeing if my heavy breathing was picking up on OBS.
Oh,
It's
wait,
not.
Stuck here now.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
I got an achievement called Prison of the Mind. Become your own jailer.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
Yeah, we are stuck here
What are we
together, huh?
supposed to do now? Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
Yeah, we didn't really think this one through.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information. Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch? No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Did you know this is going to happen to me?
No.
So, what should we do?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
So we're both stuck here.
Yep.
Not one for small talk, are you?
Nope.
That's
All right.
You
So
and
just
the princess wait in silence.
sit here
though
silently.
Neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring. There must
Indeed.
be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
If I was in this situation, I'd be trying to start a relationship with the princess. I'd be like, hey, want a snug?
But there isn't.
And if she doesn't want to, I would respect that boundary.
Time passes. It passes and passes.
But I would be really bored.
And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from...
But if she's not doing anything to actively harm the world, then the world is technically safe.
But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there.
Exactly.
Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it. How exactly does that work? It just does.
Oh yeah, it just
But
does.
the line
That
of
excuse.
questioning is
Explain to
interrupted
me.
by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again.
I love it when more time
Let me
passes.
guess, the cabin remains the same. If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
Oh, I'm starting to notice things
are
coming out of the
changing.
wall there.
The differences are small at first. A bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there.
It's like water
Then they
seeping
get
in.
larger and larger.
Hey, have you noticed the basement changing?
I don't like small talk. Remember?
Yeah, but it's been, what, weeks? Months?
Still rude.
Oh, it's starting to
You
crumble.
continue to wait in silence, and the
There we
cabin
go.
continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
Moss.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode. She hasn't starved. I guess she hasn't.
Then how is she still alive?
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls
Them
of the
trees must be
basement.
getting pretty
Dirt
big.
seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass, until suddenly
Oh,
there are no walls. And then... And...
narrator faded away.
I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
We're not technically
So
out of the
this is
cabin.
the outside world. It's cold.
Oh. There go the hands. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go?
Of course you're scared. This is the end, but this is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's gonna be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is
My
holding
back
me
hurts.
back. Fear.
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is gonna be nice. So you're on the other side. It's gonna be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. Feels too good to be true.
There's the mirror. You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. Ew, I'm all goopy. The decay. You've withered. Gross. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. There she is.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. How can you stand to be a contradiction? Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse. nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
No. If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me. Yeah, true.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a straight answer? You know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Okay. Let's see. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
A real Schrodinger's cat of a princess. That's what it sounds like. Everything you say feels like a riddle.
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
Alright, well, that didn't really tell me anything. How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Yeah, I don't think I have any more questions that'll give me any different answers, so I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Ooh. Bring the prisoner to her, a guarded vessel.
You're on a path in the...
Sucks that you guys can't see my Steam achievements, but I'm recording with OBS using game capture, so that kind of stuff doesn't show up. Okay. Let's see here. Is there like a nihilist route where I'm just like... Have you considered that I'm okay with the world ending or something like that? The end of the world, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of...
Okay. Forget it, I'm not doing this. What other options are there that I haven't done? Okay, fine, I'll go to the cabin. Okay, thanks for telling me what to do. I'm sold, let's get this over with. One of these is gonna lock me into a route.
She is not dangerous. Look,
Have any evidence?
the more specific... While
Just gonna
I
keep picking
appreciate
these.
the mental
Oh.
exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Now that's something I haven't
Nevertheless,
heard you say.
Let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Okay, suggest.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
But what if I don't? Have you considered?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even... Does it?
Okay.
If only that were the case. But I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far. But unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said,
But why?
I don't make the rules. No matter how much I...
Narrator, you need to tell me why.
Yes, but
Get a reward.
it's...
What the prize is. Okay. So... Okay, I'm sold. Let's get this over with.
As long as you remain focused on your...
Ah, dang. Did I pick that option before? It's upsetting if I have.
The interior of the cabin is almost...
Okay, just a regular wooden cabin. Not gonna grab this blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a stair. Her voice softly carries.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I really like it,
Don't let
actually.
fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Yet I've done it before. Ooh, I'm here to save you, and lie I'm here to save you. I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Oh, you could tell me 50 million
really?
times than you
You're here
have,
to
but
rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be
I'm gonna
stuck down
save
here
her.
forever.
I'm not gonna lie, I've developed maybe a little bit of a crush on the
Come
princess.
downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Ah, it's
You
me.
walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. That she's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
There's not enough riding on me here, if you know what I'm saying.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
About that,
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're
I don't have a
one
key.
step closer to the end.
and I don't think there is a key. I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, but she's so cute.
You're making a huge mistake.
Narrator, just look
No.
at her.
You're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break.
Again,
I'm
Macho
guessing you don't
Man.
have the key?
Elbow drop.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Well, they should have. That sounds like a bad idea to not leave a key anywhere on their part. And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
I don't have the blade on me.
She offers the suggestion.
I don't have the blade on me.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally... You attempted to make your way out of the basement.
Yeah,
Someone else
basement. I'm gonna... Hey, let me out of
Your
here.
shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Narrator, why don't you just open the door?
You tried
I tried the door.
but it's locked.
Locked from the outside. Damn it.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm
There's a
stuck
slight
here again.
panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely
Oh
hesitates
my
before
God.
raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Okay.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the
Oh,
blade
the
from
sword. It
upstairs.
just It's just
We're
here
not
now?
sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
I'm
Fine.
stuck on saving her, man. Hi, Andy. You doing, mister? Sorry, got distracted by my cat.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just
Just
above
the thought of that
unyielding
skeeves
chain
me out
binding her to this
real
place.
bad.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to
Oh,
the ground,
God.
and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
Okay, this is slightly different than before when
How
I
is
did
she
just
still
cut her out.
smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Yeah, she tried to chew off her own hand.
Thank you. Now let's get out
It's
of
like
here.
what's that movie? 128 hours or something? It was an actual news story, and then they turned it into a movie with James Franco. It was something like 127 hours or
No,
whatever.
we won't have any of that. The stakes.
Okay,
as the
narrator.
princess- Wait, watch me.
What are you doing?
Ah, Jesus. Is this gonna take me to the same path?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it?
Okay, she didn't dodge it
No,
out
you
of the
don't
way
have
this
to do
time.
this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. The blade.
Resist.
Move. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She
Correct.
nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Okay, she's nicer, but she still
She
kills
plunges
me.
it into your
Oh,
chest, tearing
doesn't cut
flesh
my
and
throat this
sinew.
time.
It is agony. But you aren't ready.
Interesting. Interesting.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
Oh well.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and
Oh, God.
again, and you
Did I
feel
just blow a
every
booger out of my nose on
inch
camera?
of burning
That's
pain
embarrassing.
that slices its
Hey, if
way
you saw that,
into
no, you
your
didn't.
body.
I'm sorry.
Oh Jesus. Oh jeez. Oh,
She
okay.
doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
28 stab wounds.
Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right?
Right.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer...
She
for
looks
things
so
to have gone
pitiful.
differently,
Oh, no.
I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
Chapter 2, The Damsel.
You're on a path. You're here.
Yeah, I'm on a path. Okay. No.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe... Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he?
Voice of the
We're
Smitten
going
is
to
back.
Save our beloved. We'll have to be sneaky about it. Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should
Yeah,
know
we're just
that
gonna
we
seduce
and
the shit out of her.
princess are in
Roll
love.
nat 20s on our
The four of us
charisma
will be
checks.
foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
And don't even get mad at me in the comments about like, oh, you can't nat 20 skill checks. Fuck you. If you don't let your players nat 20 skill checks, then what's the fucking point? Especially if they're like proficient in a certain skill and you're not letting them nat 20 that. Fuck you.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
I would too, to be fair.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Voice of the Smitten gets me. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning. She will.
Yeah, she will lie. She will. Oh, damn it! I skipped Smitten dialogue.
Likes the sound of his own voice. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
Some things are, yes,
Pay
I
that
will
differing
agree
in
with
mind.
that.
Focus on the task ahead.
Into the cabin we go. What's it look like this time?
The interior of the cabin
Dungeon.
is clean and elegant. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this
Oh,
right.
wait, no, this is not the same kind of dungeon as before. This is a little different. Sorry, I skipped dialogue. Feel bad about it. Enter the basement. No blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet.
We're in like a
glimmers
proper
in the light of
castle
the
dungeon
torches
now, and
positioned
not just
along
like
the
a dingy
walls.
little
The
keep.
basement, but it's still a stone basement.
Whoops.
If the
Sorry.
princess lives here, slaying her is
I keep.
probably doing her
I
a favor.
got a trigger finger for the
A
mouse
soft
buttons.
voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Sounds real
Her
cute.
voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
I'm ready to be manipulated,
Walk down
baby.
the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
The voice of the Smitten is awesome.
You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Spoken like a true poet.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Oh no, you knew somewhere deep down that I would always come
Do
back
hear
for you.
that? She said we're dashing.
You did.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Yeah, actually. Unfortunately.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
Exactly, like we've been
That's
trying
right,
to
villain.
tell you.
You killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
We're not. We're still gonna,
We
you know,
damned
save the
whole
princess.
world. But everything reset. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
I, for one, would quite like to see what that incomprehensible devastation looks like.
Horrible for you.
Something tells me
baby.
it's not that bad.
We've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
Yes.
We never saw a world end. And now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
Okay, sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
Yeah,
She
exactly.
took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
A little bit,
That's
but
because
I can deal
she's
with.
perfect.
I can deal with a little bit of. What was the word he just said? I forgot. ADHD brain.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
Oh, there are plenty of people like you.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Let's see. This is rescue. Wait. I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
I wouldn't want to deal with another degloving, though.
No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
What if I don't do that and rescue
No.
her instead?
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Damn, that's cold.
You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess.
Oh, so
and
we can
gingerly
slip
slide
her wrist
hand
through the
her
chain, huh?
fingers. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
You lied to me, narrator.
I can't believe it.
Once again.
But I guess I have to. I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace.
Do I get a smooch?
If only you had a weapon,
a
one
smooch.
slip of the
I
wrist
wanna
of
get
your
a smooch.
sting blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
Exactly.
What do we do now?
We leave, and then we have our whole lives to figure out what we want to do next.
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire
Yeah.
world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs.
Oh, so you're not gonna slam the door in our faces for this, huh?
The way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh,
Ah,
that's
damn it.
interesting. The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
Fuck you, narrator.
That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair, but the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you will ever know.
And also, we didn't just meet her. We've met all sorts of different versions of her.
You're listening to this. You don't
That's
have
the
to
entire
remember
conceit of this
every
game.
Whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
I think we can open it if we try together.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech.
You.
And the lock clicks and the door creaks open.
True
Are you
love wins
kidding
again.
me?
True love wins again.
I told you our love was insurmountable. You and the princess make your way upstairs and...
The blade, that's right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late. No.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Yeah,
You're
I
taking
am,
every
actually.
opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
I hate you too. You make me sick, you stupid sack of crap.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you?
Yep.
You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin,
This is making me stupidly giddy.
and then you step outside.
Romantic haze. Your love will set you free was the achievement I
A
got.
happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Uh-oh. The long quiet's
Where did
closing in.
everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
Not typically, no.
Cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Oh yeah, I'll just do that. Oh, there's the hands. But you don't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Yeah, you've
It feels so... Yes.
been here before. Yes, I fear that we won't like that what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right? I'll see you on the other side. It's gonna be okay.
Okay. She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
What do we look like this time? You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. You need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. Don't like that. I don't like that I've unraveled. You're at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you think that there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me.
What exactly are we? Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
I suppose that's true. When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. You have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
You know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
I suppose that's a good point.
The next time
Ready
we
to go
see
back.
you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark and you die. Okay. So is this next
You're on a
loop the
path
last
in
one?
the
Okay, I think this next loop might be the last loop. So, if that's the case, we'll save it for the next episode. So, thank you guys so very much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this one, please consider subscribing. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.